Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Stamping Flair and to my online card making class. So glad that you could join me. I've got my morning voice on at the moment. Goodness, pretty pretty early for me. No, um, uh, so I hope that you are enjoying your weekend, and thanks for joining me. Give me a second to make sure everything's going good, and so that others can join in too. In Melbourne, we are having a Labor Day long weekend, so that is really nice. Uh, and I hope to get some crafting done, and I hope to get some organizing done too, which would be nice. Just with craft and house as well. There's so much going on, sometimes those things get left behind, but it's nice to have some time to myself. Had an early start today, and it's good to be able to share some crafting with you. And if you could, I appreciate you joining, and if you like my video, I'd appreciate you sharing and liking it. It assists me and helps me share more with you. Today I've got lots of Sale-A-Bration products to share with you, as well as products from my annual catalog and mini catalog. I'm just combining them to show you alternatives and how you can combine those products to make more use of your Sale-A-Bration products, as Sale-A-Bration comes to an end on Wednesday the 16th. You want to make sure you can get the most out of those products. My name's Rochelle. I didn't introduce myself. I'm from Stamping Flair. I'm in Melbourne. So if you need any help, if you would like a new catalog and you don't have someone who already gives that to you, please leave a comment and I'll get in touch with you for your address. And we get to see the new catalog on the 24th of March as demonstrators. And that's a perk for us. And you can have that sent to you, and please contact me and I will get one out to you. So that's our new annual catalog. That's a big one that's coming out with all new products for us to see. So that's pretty exciting, and we get our new in colors and things like that. So that's lots of fun. So say hi to me if you're with me and watching with me. I appreciate it and hope you're having a great weekend. Now, the first product I'm going to share with you, let me just turn my camera around, is the Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper. I'm using that on a product on my card, and you would have seen me share a card with you the other day using the Driving By stamp set. That was I just loved it. Had a very I don't know, retro kind of look about it, which I liked. And this is a very simple layout, and I'll just like using these kind of layouts just so you can use it with other cards. Excuse me, I've just got a sniffly nose. And I've just used Coastal Cabana card base, and this is a piece of the Designer Series paper, which I've cut at 9.9 by 14.2. Then I have kind of cut it in at the 4.5 centimeter mark, so you get kind of that look, right? So I'm just tossing up which way to have it. I think I'm going to have the checks at the top and that down the bottom. So it's just a very, very simple layout, and it's great when you can use it with other design. You can use it with even what do you call cardstock. You don't have to have Designer Series paper. I'm just going to obviously see that way. That matches up perfectly. So all I'm going to do there is just glue that on. So two halves, well, not quite halves, but I'll just glue that on. And this paper is really nice because it's got the different colors you can see, so you can mix and match it. You've got flirty flamingo, you could even go a lighter pink, daffodil delight, pale papaya, some mossy meadow, I'm going to show you another green there with another card I'm doing with this paper. And there's old olive in there as well, so I'm going to match it up with some mint macaron later, I think. Or I'll show you another card I've done with mint macaron, but it matches really well. So we're just going to put that up right against that. Then what I have is just some cardstock, and I have got our daisy punch, the medium daisy punch. So this is a product from my annual catalog, and we're going to punch out of basic white cardstock 3 daisies. Punches are great. You get really quick make cards with them. I'm just going to do that. Got lots of ideas for you today, so stick around with me. If you are unable to stay the whole time, you can always watch the replay, and I always have it on YouTube as well. Right, so we'll get Flirty Flamingo. I'm using Flirty Flamingo ink now, and I'm going to add some color to these daisies. Now you could have gone die cut it out of Flirty Flamingo cardstock if you wanted, but I just wanted some variation in that shading, so I have gone with this. I'm gonna color that in. See, Flirty Flamingo comes up quite light when you do it like this. It's more a sweeter kind of color. Otherwise it's got a peachy color, a peachy tone to it. But it looks more pinky here. Then we'll just adding a little more color on those edges, and always start with your blending like towards the outer, start on the scrap piece and blend inwards so you get a more even tone. And start light, and you can always darken that up. That's done. I am going to get a stamping blend in Daffodil Delight, but I'll just go the light one. Or maybe I'll do pale, but no, I'll do Daffodil Delight. Trying to decide which one. No, actually this is So Saffron. I'm just going a lighter color. It's going to get covered anyway, but I just wanted a bit of a background so that if it is visible, it's not stuck. You can use ink blending on that as well. So let's glue that all together once we have used our bond folder to just give that a bit of a curve. The petals upturned. Just makes it a little bit more realistic. Then you get a nice look about that. And we'll just add a bit of glue. Now really you could have just done the top one, but I didn't want any bits visible, so that's why I colored the inside, the centers of them. And so I'm just offsetting these so it's a fuller image, a fuller flower. Yeah. So I've got an ordering special today. If any orders over $90, not only will you receive a Sale-A-Bration reward, you will also receive a set of polished dots from me. That's some beautiful embellishments which I'll be using later on one of my cards. That is a bonus from me, and that's available from today until Monday, so over this Labor Day long weekend. I will just put a dimensional down there and have that pop up there. Right. So that's done. So it ties in with our, you see it's sort of the daisies down there. Next, I've got some tuxedo black, and I'm going to use the sentiment from the Garden Wishes stamp set. Now, I'm going to show you another sample which I did with the whole bundle, very similar to this. And this bundle, the Garden Wishes bundle, is on sale at the moment, so you get 20% off it during the month of March. So that's our Savings in Bloom sale, and you get the mini stamping cut and emboss machine on sale as well, 20% off. So that's down to $83 from $104. So to accompany that sale, we've got 13 bundles on sale, and this is one of them. I'm using the Label Me Fancy punch. It's got the main label, and it's got like the little circle and the elongated punch for tags. So you can always use. I knew this will be a bit smaller, but I thought I'll wiggle it in here. I was trying to use my scraps up, so I thought I'd use it up. So see how it makes those little inserts for you. Can add ribbon through it, or maybe a brad through that one. So we'll put a couple of dimensionals on this. I love Coastal Gabbana. Do you like that color? I love it. I'll add some embellish. Maybe that will put that straight, especially against the checks. It can be seen. Okay, now for the inside. I'll just I planned all the insides except this one, of course, the first one I'm starting with. So let's get some DSP. Always cut a daisy, but I might just cut some DSP off. I love this sheet of paper. I think that's my favorite in that pack. So I go about 3 centimeters or 2 centimeters, whatever you've got. And let's just go 14.2, and we'll stick that down and right down there, and that really ties that in well, picks up on that Coastal Gabbana there. And Isn't that pretty? Love the paper. And generally it would go right, if you cut right down that 12-inch side, when you cut the 14.2 centimeters, it fits exactly across your envelope like that. So you'll get just the right amount. And then you've got one card ready to go, and we'll put some embellishments. Now I've got some gilded gems for that center. So let's pick this one. And that's our card done. Oh, thanks, Anne. You love the way I did the flowers. I really like how when I can layer those, it just gives a bit more fullness to that. I'm going to show you another example with the same layout, but I used the accompanying dies from that Dandy Garden or Garden Wishes, those dies, and I die cut 4 of those. That's not scented. Die cut 4 of those little flowers, the dandelions, and just layered them together, and some of those leaves. And it's the same, like the designer series paper is from the same daffodil, sorry, I'm off the camera there, daffodil afternoon designer series paper. Let's see whether that gives you a better result there. And that's the same daffodil afternoon designer series paper, and just a different look. So one has the daisy and one's got the dandelion. This has 4 layers of that dandelion. And I did that on a mint macaron card base, so you could go mint macaron as well with that. That would work with pale papaya. Mix, change the colors a bit and see what you like. And you could get a variety in different colors. So that's right. For our next card, I'm using this sandpaper again, but this time I've got fluffy flamingos, so you can see this would go perfectly with that as well. And got a basic black mat. I'm going to be doing some coloring with blends. Okay. I'm also going to be using our one of my favorites in our Sale-A-Bration catalogue, the Friendly Hello stamp set. This is a great little stamp set. It's actually a bundle you get free with a $180 purchase. It is still available. Any Sale-A-Bration items are only while stocks last. So all the items are still available, but it all comes to an end or a screeching halt on Wednesday. Alright, so let's do some stamping first. We'll stamp these lovely flowers on here. I've used this so much, these flowers. I'm using Tuxedo Black, I didn't stamp. Maybe my ink pad needs a bit of extra re-inking. I've got 2 of these, and that is better. So we're going to color this in. I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo, and I have brought in Pale Papaya as well. So I'm going to do the centers, I think, in Flirty Flamingo and do more of a Pale Papaya outer. Mix and match your blends. You will be amazed at your results. You'll get some nice variations in color, and you can get it just makes a difference to your blending. If you want to keep it simple, that's fine, you can use, but sometimes just mixing colors, mixing the two different shades makes so much difference. I have had great results with doing it on flowers, on birds, when you want different colors on birds. Just layering the colors makes a lot of difference. So I'm just using the brush tip or the broader tip on this. I'm just going to go over that center, and then we'll bring in our dark Pale Papaya. So we've got another year with Pale Papaya because that was the in color that came in last year, so that will go out next year. But our 5 in colors from 2020 will retire very, very soon. So if you need refills for your ink pads and things, start getting them now, because once the retiring list goes up, generally they will go. Okay, so now I'm bringing Flirty Flamingo, the light one, and just kind of blending in that color. And I'm just testing it, and I might even bring in more the darker one, but we'll just try it with this light color first. And I'm using the brush tip so it's not stark lines at the start. And it blends in nicely, and as your colors dry with stamping blends, because it's alcohol markers, it will nicely blend better. Let me see if you can try to bring that a bit closer for you. Alright, now we'll just go with a darker lines. And I'm just following the lines which are in your stamps, so you don't have to worry if you think you can't, don't have to worry that you're not an artist or anything like that. The lines are there, so just follow those lines like we always do when we were small. And then go back with your darker color of Pale Papaya, and I'm blending that in again just a little bit. Right, so it adds some beautiful shading, our stamping blends, and they are very easy to use. And I added a bit more shading here, but you don't need to do all this. You could have just left it at that Pale Papaya stage. Just showing you some options. And now I'm dragging in that color from the outer in, so it all nicely blends in. Then if anytime you work on something too much and you know what's going on, just leave it a couple of minutes and see how it settles. Now I'm going to fussy cut this. I like a bit of fussy cutting. these are really nice flowers. I just like the look of them, and they really work well. They are a nice size and for the focal image of a card too. If you watch me cut, sometimes I leave a gap like this. If you don't want to, that is not a have to. It's just my preference. You can do it how you like. You can cut it right on the line. I sometimes just like that gap. What are we doing for the weekend? Is it the weekend yet? I don't know who's watching with me. Sometimes I have people from the other side of the world watching, so it might not have hit the weekend yet. It might be still Friday. We've got a lovely sunny day here in Melbourne today. There we go. Now I'm going to use this piece of paper, which I how I said, I like this paper. Well, here it is again. Just goes. Now this is the other side of the paper which I'm using. You don't need to do anything on this. You just need to add a sentiment and you're done. If you want to add a ribbon, but not even necessary. That in itself is such a nice piece of addition to your card. So this is what I had in mind, and that kind of goes with those flowers. So that was my idea. I'm bringing in the sentiment hello, which I have cut apart. So it says hello friend, but I have cut it apart. I have got the leaves. I will see whether we need those as we assemble. We may not need leaves, but I think we might. We need leaves with flowers. We shall see. Okay, so I'm going to, is that straight? Yeah. Use the grid paper for working out whether things are straight. Yeah, we'll do some leaves in a minute. But I'm going to heat emboss the sentiment on this strip of black cardstock. Got my Versamark and just an embossing buddy. Just use some talc, sock or a stocking or something just to get rid of the static. Sometimes you don't even need that. Gonna bring in my paper piece tool because I want a nice clear image on, because it's a photopolymer stamp. I guarantee you if I don't use that, something will happen. And I try to be clever. So I'm just putting that right on the corner there. Some white embossing powder. I think I use white the most of my embossing powders. Might put a little more. Gives a bit of a thicker coating there. If you wanted another tip with the embossing, you can always stamp on the stamper wrap using the stamp apparatus. Then you can emboss and restamp and do it again. Then you get a thicker, brighter image as well, so you get the opportunity to restamp it. I'm just going to heat my heat gun. You'll see it changing as it melts, it heats up. Just gonna go, it just feels like it's crooked, but it just could be my stamp off, but that's okay. Now let me just get a bit of scrap just to stamp on for these leaves. Let's do some leaves. I think it needs some leaves. Oh, the wrong stamp. I wanted the outline stamp. This is not the stamp. We could use that. That's the full image there, but I want the outline one. I'm going to color it in Stampin' Blends. Let's do 3 leaves. So we've got mint macaron. Let's go right through this, quickly coloring. Oh. Let me use this side. So this is the light one I'm using, the light mint macaron. Please ask me any questions if I can help you. Don't hesitate to ask me. If you would rather, you can always message me as well, whatever works, whatever you feel comfortable with. Happy to help you. So then I just went over the veins of the leaves in the darker mint macaron, and I'm just blending that outwards so it drags a bit of color and gives a bit of shading to that leaf. And we'll just go ahead and cut these. Also move your paper you know, when you're going around corners and stuff, you get corners and like curves, you get a smoother edge when you're fussy cutting, rather than moving your actual scissor. So like this, when you go around the bend, move that, then you're getting a smoother image. Sometimes it may not work, but it does help. So I've got this like that. That's the idea. Then we can just lay our leaves around. No, don't do it like that. That looks quite sweet. I like it. If I just gluing this onto a matte black. So this is 9.3 by 13.6 on a 9.9 by 14.2 card base. I glue that straight across. This was a piece of scrap I had, the black piece, and approximating it about 2 centimeters. Then I'm gluing that down. I did have some of this glimmer ribbon, which I might just put that under there. This is all I had left. I have used it up. It feels good when you use some ribbon, otherwise you end up with heaps left over. I'm on a mission to use my ribbon. So just tie a nice bow, or however you tie it, whatever works and how. Yes, that is the finishing touch we needed. So let's get some mini dimensionals and we'll put that on there, on our little leaves. They're enough to hold that together. So now I will stick that down first before we do our put our last leaf down, and we'll work out where we want that. So this is the black organdy ribbon. And just working out, just thinking out loud. Maybe I'll move that a bit further up. And this can go in here. So it sits near that black and meets it a bit. Alright, now we just have to stick that down. Make sure the card is not upside down. And then, oh, I like that. I like the colors on that. Do you? Do you like the colors on that? I like the colors on that. Okay, now we've got to put it inside. Let's not forget it inside. And again, we might just stamp this little flower and do a bit of colouring. Oh, I've got black on my hands. Let me clean that up. If you haven't heard about my Sale-A-Bration celebration event, this is a free event I'm offering for anyone who purchases $250 or over during celebration. So your order could be, it could be one order, or it could be a combination of several orders. You can do it how you like. So you still have time. If you have not made a purchase, you still have time to get your order in and be part of that event. Even if you're not in near me in location, I will get kits out to you. So this is a full day of crafting, and I pay for it all, and you come. I will provide you all the kits. And if you're here, I will also provide you some lunch, and we just have a day of crafting. If you are interstate or not local to me, or you're a bit further out in Victoria, I will send you a kit and some goodies in the mail. So some of you have already achieved that, and this is also my team had can also attend this, but they had different criteria to attend that. So a few of them are getting that there too. I'm going to see a lot of them there, so I'm looking forward to that event. So if you would like to come, that is still open, and I send out kits as well. So you will get heaps of cards and projects to celebrate celebration. This is a very quick coloring. All right. I am layering that on a mat, which is a basic black mat, just so it ties in with the front of the card. And for the envelope, going to use that the stripe paper, not check paper, and we're just going to glue that on the back of this. When you have 12 by 12 paper, you can do this. The 6 by 6 doesn't quite reach across our envelope flaps, that's why. And then we'll go around and cut that. So just giving you some ideas on how you can make use of that beautiful paper and give someone, how nice is this to receive in the mail when someone gets, it's not a plain old envelope, it's a special one. I mean, who gets nice stripy envelopes, right? Now, let's put some dots because we can. Yeah, we go black. These are the classic matte dots from the from the mini catalog, and I'm just gonna go bit random. Stick good. Alright, so that's our second card done. I like the layers on that, just something a little bit different. So we have 2 cards we have done with that Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper. And combining with some of our regular products. Okay, for the next one, we're going to do using our art gallery suite. And this one's been around, and it's this product. I'm just going to clean my stamps actually because I need the blocks. This one's on sale at the moment. This is 20% off, and this is not a bundle in the catalog, but it has been brought back as a bundle during March. So if you like it, it's worthwhile looking at because you can get it as a bundle, and not just 10% off, it's 20% off. So if you remember, this one, this bundle came with all that gilded leaf thing at the time when it was released. 2-step stamping for this. So I'll show you. If you have not done 2-step stamping, I'll just be demonstrating that for you. Thank you, Em. Good to see you here. Now, we'll clean that up when we'll do the next one, eh? We also need our dies. This one and this one. Alright. I've got lots of samples with this one to show you. So this is Misty Moonlight card base, and I'm also using the Simply Marvelous Designer Series paper, which is a Sale-A-Bration product, and that's the other side of that paper. It comes in a variety of colors, probably about 6 colors. So in the pack you get 48 sheets of 6 by 6. So I've got a piece of cardstock just to stamp on, and let's get Misty Moonlight. Misty Moonlight and Pear Pizzazz are my colors I'm using. So generally with, to explain, two-step stamping, you would stamp the base image first. That's how, so you stamp that first and then the highlight where it has the finer detail. With this particular stamp set, for me, I find stamping the finer detail image easier, and then aligning easier. From that's just my preference. You work out what works best for you, but that's just what my preference is. So I'm stamping with Misty Moonlight the outline, or so to speak, like, yeah, the details of the flower. Now I'm using Misty Moonlight again. This is for the filling, but I am going to stamp it off. So with any ink pad you can get several shades. You don't have to have 3 colors, you can get 3 different shades just by stamping off, right? So I'm aligning the image there. I find that easier. So that's two-step stamping. In a nutshell. And this is a very pretty stamp set. Like, it works really, really well for that sort of effect. The effect is really pretty. You could do that with gilded leafing as well, and that comes up beautiful, because that was the original idea when this stamp set was released. Now we'll stamp the leaf in Pear Pizzazz. I've gone full strength. I wasn't sure, but I think that's quite nice. We'll see. I don't mind. You could have stamped off and done it, and I'll show you an example where I have stamped off on it. So to cut these, I can run this through at the same time, but I have a feeling this might be a bit wide for our mini embossing. Oh no, it's right. So the actual stamp set works with our mini embossing, the die set is perfect for our mini embossing machine. That's why it is on special alongside that deal we've got at the moment, because it coordinates with it. Of course, if you've got a large machine that it'll definitely work. And I've lost the edge of the washi. Oh no, it's not like sticky tape, it's not as hard. Yeah, okay, put that there. I'll put one on top because I'm running 2 at the same time. I generally try to run 1 at a time, but there's nothing stopping us from running 2. Oh, give me 1 second. I forgot a plate for my cutting machine. I am right back. Sometimes will just fit. It might get a bit scrunchy on the side, but it's okay. I'm just going to run that through. That not run through. I'm just going to cut that, because that must have missed the bottom bit of the die, but we'll just cut that out. We can do that. My sandwich mustn't have been right to the bottom. Okay. Okay. Done. So this is quite a simple layout as well, but this flower just makes all the difference. Like, it's just beautiful. I've pre-die cut a label from the Tasteful Labels dies. Now, this set of dies, I don't know, it's been around a while, and I'm hoping it doesn't retire, but it is a good one. It is a good one. It's got good sentiments, not sentiments, good labels. But the stamp set I'm going to use has good sentiments. So this is a freebie, special moments. Got a ton of sentiments on it, from birthdays to just because and whatever you can think of. It's got a nice sympathy one there as well. Yeah, a nice mix of sentiments there. Okay, so I'm just going to use a birthday one here. And I'm using Tuxedo Black ink. It's got a thanks, hello sunshine. Thanks for brightening up my day. Where would I be without a friend like you? Some lovely, lovely sentiments. So that one is free with a $180 purchase. So just gluing together everything. So if you use this, is more Misty Moonlight. If you use this, it's a bit like, well, you could go Coastal Cabana, a bit of pool party. They're not stuck to one color. This could even border Night of Navy. Just as well I checked. The card was wrong way around. Two dimensionals. I'm gonna maybe stick my leaf like that. Maybe I'll just go a little bit under, just in case. It should fit in the envelope still. The envelope is is quite a bit bigger, so you've got a bit of space to have things hanging off your card a little, but we don't want to risk it. Yeah, that might be just over. So I'll just have it's bending the other way. Flower, that's fine. We'll glue this for the inside. You could re-stamp the flower on the inside if you like. And I've got some polished dots. Now these are what you will get as a freebie for any orders placed between today and Monday that are over $90. So use the horse code for orders under $250, and if it's over $250, don't use the horse code. You're going to get your own Stampin Rewards. So we'll go with the white ones. These are pretty little dots. They're like little dewdrops. It's effective, that two-step stamping. So anytime it will say in our catalog, if you're looking for stamp sets like that, it will say that in our catalog to make it easy for you to shop. I'm always there to help you. Now I made a whole heap of these in different colors. I'm going to show you. And I used the special Maureen stamp set on all of this, but I use different sentiments. So let's clear the decks. So that's the one in Bermuda Bay, Coastal Cabana. We've got one in Highland Heather. Oh, it's gorgeous grape, but I put it on a fresh freesia card base. You could put it on gorgeous grape or Highland Heather. That would work. If it's all the same. This is a Blushing Bride card base. I use Blushing Bride ink. This one I use Gorgeous Grape ink, and this one I use Bermuda Bay. You love Emma said she loves the look of the two-step stamping. Yeah, it is a great technique, and it's a very quick way to add color. Like, it just gives a nice fullness. This is Bumblebee ink and a Bumblebee card base. So it's pretty not monochromatic. It's got green on it, but I've tried to keep it like simple colors. So you've got two colors on it. Pretty much, apart from the sentiments. So I've changed the sentiments for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. With sympathy, I've used the polished dots on all of these, and all the labels are from the Tasteful Labels die. So you can see the variety in that die set that you get. So it's a nice variety of shapes you get, and they're great for sentiments. So that's our next card done. The last card uses the Driving By stamp set, which is this little one. Yeah, that's a cute little set. I actually got this later. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the camera. It's because it's not straight. I got this sort of last month, so I got it later on in celebration, so to speak, and it's a cute little set. I've got lots of stamping blends, but it's not a heap of coloring, I promise. And okay, going where did I put my pads? I've already taken them out. No, I don't want Cajun Craze. I want cinnamon cider. See, cinnamon cider, crumb cake. That does not look like crumb cake, but it is, and some tuxedo black. Now, cinnamon cider is one of our colors that are going out. So it's like Misty Moonlight. It is retiring. So we'll be saying goodbye to it pretty soon. It's like Pandora's box in here, my little envelope. So what I've done is I pre-die cut 3 shapes or 3 rectangles from the Stitch Rectangles dies. This is the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper, which is another Sale-A-Bration product. So I just did that to save us some time. And we are going to use this little stamp with the card. And I'm not sure that I'm using tuxedo black. I just pulled that out, but maybe not. I'm using crumb cake to stamp the cup. Now, I didn't want a really stark color. That's why I'm using crumb cake. You can stamp in black if you want, but I did not want that starkness. So I've chosen crumb cake for a more softer look. I'm going to start assembling the card only because then I can work out my colors. I've got it matte in white, and then we are going to put a little arrangement here with our designer series paper. So it's a fun little card and a fun way to use up your paper too. And I thought cinnamon cider was a nice, it worked well with those colors. So just pick any 3 colors I guess you've got, or any designer series paper you've got, it'll work. This is a really sweet, I think it's a cheerful pack of paper, the Sunshine and Rainbows. I mean, the name is cheerful, isn't it? I'm taking some double-sided tape, and this is how I generally attach my, just put a bit more glue here, attach my twine or ribbon to the back of my card. So I want it around somewhere there, about 1/3 way up. Just add a little bit of double-sided tape. And this is some crumb cake baker's twine. This is in our baker's twine essentials pack. You get 5 rolls of baker's twine in it, and it's $19.95, I think, nearly $20. So I'm measuring just 2 lots with a bit extra. It's about a 1 centimeter each on either side, but I wanted 2 lots of it. double it up and just attach it one end there. So start with your end that's together or that's looped, and then bring it over there. Alright, straighten it up and we'll just glue that on. This too, with the number of colors on this, you could mix and match it with anything. I just picked cinnamon cider because I thought it was a nice contrast. Alright, so let's do some coloring. I've got Pool Party, and I think I'll do my car in there. Picking up on some Pool Party in there. If ever you wonder what colors to use, just check out your designer series paper. That is very helpful for you to work out your colors. And if in our catalog, at the bottom of each designer series paper, it tells you what suggested colors it sort of is in there. I mean, a lot of the time there's more than what they're saying there, but that is the basic color coordination, so that is a good point of reference for you. I refer to that all the time. I'm bringing in the dark Pool Party. Just going around the doors and a bit on the roof. There's no right or wrong with your coloring. I'm just adding a little bit of shading, just for variation, that's all. Now for our presents, I've got some polished pink. So this is the light polished pink. Picking up on our paper again. We'll just go balance it out on the top. This is light soy saffron. And we can do that. And I'll balance that out with a Pool Party lid here. So not too busy with our colors. I will just go with a pale, just a little bit of color there. And just to mute that, you can, I'm just trying to see, where is it? Yeah. Use your color lifter. Now this actually lifts the color, and we just go back over that Pool Party and it'll just take some of that color away. You might not see it straight away, just let it dry. Okay, now for our tires, grey granite. Let's go on the outer with the light. And dark. Isn't that a fun little car? Just love it. Now I've let that dry a little bit, and I'm just going to go back over, and that's just muted that color, just softens it. Alright, you can stamp this and just cut it out like that. I am going to be a pain and cut it, fussy cut it. That's just me. I don't mind some fussy cutting, but I like the look, and you will see what I've done with it on this card. Cut that out. It's easier to work with a smaller piece. All right. If you're watching this on YouTube or when you watch on replay, please subscribe to my channel. You'll get notification of all my videos. I really appreciate your subscription as well. That all helps me be able to, enables me to share, and encourages me to share more with you. It's lots of fun being here today. It's like having a room full of crafters, because it's a virtual room. Right now, what I have done is I have I'm trying to find it. Well, here I have die cut label. Now this label is from the Meadow Dies. Oops, my take a picture undid itself. This is from the Meadow Dies. Meadow Dies is, you may have seen me make something the other day, on Wednesday, on my blog, with the rest of, with the flowers and things like that. That's another one that's on sale, but I just like the little label on it. I will use the driving by to just, do I want to say, no, I might use some of the thanks one. Let me see. We might use that thanks sentiment. Let's see how small it is. We'll see. Sometimes it's a bit tricky seeing these when you're looking at it upside down or something. Oh, that's the thanks. That might be okay. It's small, but it'll work. We can always do some decorating on the side. I'm going to use cinnamon cider ink for stamping, so that ties in with our card base. We may not need to do any stamping, but we'll see. I wanted to do that. Right, so this is another little trick I used when I have die cuts, and you can create your own little borders on these, right? So just get a ruler, because sometimes with blends it can run. You can do this without a ruler, but you with the blends do tend to spread. So just color the edge, and it gives you a nice edge, like a border, and then go like that, and do the other side, and then we'll do the corners, and then you've got a nice little border happening. I'm using the light pool party, and then that nicely coordinates with my car and my paper. Let's go here, and the ruler just makes it easier for you. So when you've got any stitching like that, you can do this. It's a good little way to add some detail. That makes a difference on that, instead of being stark white. I'll add 2 dimensionals on that. Now when you stick, this is just a little tip, when you do put your dimensionals on this, I'm putting my car like that. It's sticking on the twine, so you want to put your dimensionals above and below. So if it does, if it's on the twine, it will be, it'll move around a bit and not be even. So you're better off just putting it up the top and towards the bottom. Nothing wrong with putting it on the twine. It just helps it be more stable. This is the iridescent rhinestones, which I'm going to add. It needs a little bit more here, so I might, let me just see, might add one there because I've got a bit of a spot there. And because that's a sentiment is a little bit stark, we can fill that up with some rhinestones. And another large one there. So that, and then I will do, nearly forgot got the inside. Or have I lost you guys? We have. Okay, I am here. What's going on? It's having a moment. Sorry. Just bear with me. It was threatening to do this, and I go, no, don't do this. Let me just sort it out. We're nearly there. Not long to go. That's not right. It didn't do it. Okay, I'm just going to finish this card off. Oh, here we are. We're back on. Right, I think. I hope. Cross my fingers. Never mind. Okay, this, we're nearly there. Okay, now I'll just show it to you. We had completed everything. All right, so I'm just going to show you. That was the card. So it was complete. I was just going to finish the inside of it. Now, I'm going to show you another alternative that I had, which was done on crumb cake. Now, that, am I showing it right? Oh, it's hard to mirror it. Am I right? Here we are. That's catching the light a bit, isn't it? That's hard to see. Okay, so that's on crumb cake. I will put the photos up so you can have a better look. All right. That's a softer look on the card. And this is a brighter card, different. So these were our cards today. We made that one. That lighting is better. We made this one. And we made this one. So thank the Lord the internet stuck out till the last minute. And we can get it. So please contact me to order, or you can order online. Just remember, if you have orders, any orders above $250, you get your own host rewards. So which starts at 10%, so which is free product. Make sure you collect on them, and also any orders above $90 up till the 16th of March, you get Sale-A-Bration Rewards. And from today until Monday, I'm also offering any orders over $90. You get those beautiful free, beautiful polished dots, which I used on this, and that is on, I will send it from me. So thank you for watching. I am available to take your orders if you would like me to place them for you. If I don't answer, I will get back to you. So please contact me and I'll help you. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Saturday. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.